I'll show you how to do this for the Sherman's, or in this case M7 Priest's tow cable. What you need to model tow cables are the eyes of the kit's original cable, 0.3mm copper wire or maybe 0.4mm wire, a sharp hobby knife, a sanding stick, a hand vise with an array of small drill bits, and a pinpointed tool like an awl. Ah yes, super glue will be important too. This cable here is molded rolled up, so you need something to measure its length. I used a piece of copper wire to do this, but some cotton thread will do. If you want to model it to the correct diameter, you should use a caliper to measure it. I'm just fine with a good look at the cable and a ruler. This one here is about 1mm thick. That makes 3 pieces of 0.3mm copper wire of about 1.5 times the length I measured. If the cable is thicker, go for 0.4mm wire or add another piece of 0.3mm wire, but 3 pieces are what you need at least. Since you'll have to fasten the ends of the wire to some tool, you better take twice the length needed. I wind one of each thread around a paintbrush handle. They're made of wood and won't damage or break the wire. There you go, all wires fastened neatly to the handle. Now cut all pieces to the same length. Now you need your hand vise. Insert the ends of the wire into the tool and fasten it. You want to make sure it's tight but not too tight or the wires may break. Then hold the paintbrush in one hand and start drilling using the hand vise. Hold the wire straight, but don't tear, just gently. That's what it looks like after 1 minute's work. Now it's time to cut off the eyes of the original tow cable. That's a bit fiddly and you want to be careful. It's about cutting off the eyes, not your fingers. Would have been easier if I'd used a new sharp blade. Next thing to do is removing the mold seam. In this case it wasn't too difficult. There weren't any nasty corners and I was able to scrape off the seam with a knife. Don't forget to clean up the inner part of the eyes. Then it was time to roll up the cable. I used the kid's cable as a template. If you play the guitar, you know how to do this properly. If you don't, this is your opportunity to learn it. I'm sorry for being out of focus ever so often. It's my first motion picture and this is something I've still got to learn. A little sanding is needed at the attachment point for the cable. That's where we'll have to drill a hole, and it's way easier when you got a plain surface. Now you need the pinpointer tool you've got, because you'll have to punch a tiny hole into the center of the attachment point. This is to make sure for easier drilling, cause this way you won't skid up the tiny area. I used a 0.6mm drill bit first. If you started with the size needed for the cable, you'd most probably break the part. A smaller drill bit removes some material and then you can drill it out once more with the correct size. I drilled about 1mm deep, and that's enough to achieve a strong bond after gluing. .9mm is the final size needed here. You know what drilling looks like. Next thing to do is cutting one end of your cable. I use my old scissors cause copper wire is soft. That's the best way to come up with a flat surface without any sharp or uneven ends. Only one tiny drop of super glue is necessary to attach the eye. It's a good idea to check and double check shape and size of your tow cable if it's one like this here. Too small would look weird and too large just won't fit. When you're sure about the length, you can cut the second end and attach the eye. I applied the tiniest bit of super glue around the joints. This was more because I wanted to use the glue for filling any possible gap. It wasn't necessary for a stronger bond, cause you ain't gonna pull a tank with it for real. Comparing both cables once more and it's done. But why modeling your own tow cable since aftermarket pieces aren't too expensive? Well, reason number one is that I've got my cable within 15 or 20 minutes instead of 2 or 3 days from an online shop. The second reason is that it's a good exercise in modeling. Nobody needs exercises in buying stuff. I almost forgot the main reason. You might have done this faster than cleaning up the mold seam of the original cable. Not to mention that it looks much better than tow cables made from nylon thread.